What's up, guys? Tim in the North, back on the ranked ladder. Today we are in Arena. My opponent is Fabulous Crumb playing as the Bulgarians. I'm back on the Byzantines. Probably getting ready to move on from the Civ. It was fun, leaning on a more of a defensive civilization. I have a few more that I'm probably going to upload. I'll probably do a few more matches and then pick somebody else. But yeah, today my opponent is playing as the Bulgarians. I am not familiar with the Bulgarians very much, but I see that their blacksmith and siege workshop technologies cost minus 50% food. So we'll lead right into that, right? Second video of this channel was what the hell do I do against this? Which first comments of the channel also popped up on that video. The first one being your best. And you know what? Great advice. We always want to give it our best. We're going to speed this up a little bit. And then the second one was mentioning of using scouts better because on that video, I was camped on the relics with scouts and I think a couple pikemen or whatever. And could not see my opponent building a bunch of rams to just pile into and then run across the map and bash down my gates and absolutely just wreck my base. And I'm just like, well, what the hell do I do against this? Which led to the title of the video. I had no military and there's literally just nothing I could do. This time, however, I took the advice of, using the scouts a bit better, and I've been trying to do that a bit better on Arena, to give myself a fighting chance. So today we're going to see if I can stand up to that and take the advice that was given. So, Dark Age of Arena, been clicking up at 23 Vils, I think it is. 24 felt kind of weird with the uptime and responding to what opponents were doing. I did like having the extra Vil, but it's just not as efficient. So I also found with 24 Vils, you're obviously eating more animals, and it felt harder to transition to farms, if that made sense at all, because I think that, I don't know, the timing is just weird. It didn't feel right. But yeah, 23 Vils is what it's been lately. Last two going to gold. Opponent 1 minute and 8 seconds on idle TC time. What was that about? I mean, I'm at 22 seconds. It's not good either, but yeah, it's a lot. Pretty close in the worker efficiency. And yeah, we're both going fast castle here. 23 Vils, 2 on gold. Both have, well, he has 14 on food right now. I have more on wood and trying to balance out because I'm trying to get farms down. 5 on berries. Berries getting abused here with 9 Vils. Dropping some houses. And I'm dropping the required buildings for Castle Age. Opponent's about to get into Castle Age. And, yeah. I don't know if anyone's watching the gauntlet that's going on right now. The King's Gauntlet that Hera's running. That tournament has been awesome. I don't know if this will not air by the time that ends, but I'd like to hear feedback on what people think of that tournament. I'm team Sing Sing right now. I know Grubby's looking pretty strong, but I'm hopeful on Sing Sing. So yeah, just trying to kill some of the air here as we both move up to Castle Age. I did not grab, okay, there it is, double bit X. We got good farm placement here. I still have some berries. My opponent has eaten all their berries, and now they're a little bit behind on food. So yeah, not as great of a transition. So, but hey, they're gonna get up to Castle Age before me, so it couldn't have been that bad, right? Their strategy obviously is gonna require a little bit more food heavy up front, As you can see, I am trying to get some of the scouts out. And we'll try to take a look at my vision here. Obviously, I can't see my opponent's base inside here. Okay, long swordsman is out. Gonna harass the scout a little bit. And I did not see the siege workshop go up. So, probably actually a really smart move for my opponent to try and pressure the scouts. I don't want to take on a long swordsman with scouts. That's just not gonna happen. So, I'm doing my thing over here. I'm dropping my second town center. I'm trying to get a little bit more wood going. These guys are going to move the stone. I am going heavy on stone early into Castle Age after those berries finish up. I do think it is important to get a castle down just to stabilize for pressure that is going to come in. I don't see these guys. I am back a little ways, and you're probably like, well, I thought you said you were, better with your scouts. I am checking the scouts constantly. They are not I mean, this guy's sitting on a relic. These two are not. Neither is this guy. So we'll see when the vision comes here. Making a liar out of me, right? No, I'm just kidding. Gonna see a red dot. He's probably building up more. Yeah, so there's more rams that are coming in. So if I was moving around, I could have spotted this earlier, especially checking the walls. I did not want to hang out too much by the man. Yeah, they're long swords and everything now. Double upgrades because they're free upgrades. Yeah, he's filling up. He's packing those rams, dude. And he's got a Mangonel coming out. This is not the same opponent, by the way. This is a different opponent. So my opponent is going to move on now. And we are going to spot this as it comes across. He's going around this way. So I wouldn't have seen him. I have a monk coming out. Okay, now I'm moving the scout. That's where I just caught a glimpse of it. So I'm going to react to this. We're at 360 stone. I do attack this, and I'm trying to hit the rams. I don't know about the Mangonel until now. But the rams are going to get through here. I'm trying to... 430 on stone. I want my monk forward in case these guys pop out. I can convert something. Those scouts go down. The Mangonel stays up. I do convert this guy back here from this monk. That monk is going to go down. I have my stone, and it's time to build a castle, and this wall is cooked. This Mangonel is going to be a problem. It can reach over the buildings and hit my walls, or hit the villas in the back. So this is not good. This is not perfectly walled off, so the man-at-arms, or I keep calling them man-at-arms, the long swordsman can get through. My opponent is coming this way to try and get these villas. I am spam clicking on the castle. I lose 2 villas, but the castle goes up. Huge. Huge at this point. I'm gonna save this monk. And yeah, so we have long swordsman against my man-at-arms. Wait, do I have... No, that's my own long swordsman that I converted. And I have cataphracts coming out. Using the cataphract nail. And we're gonna clean this up. The Mangonel got wiped by the castle, and we have survived the pressure. So the long night is over. It's just as disappointing as it was for the death of the Night King. So yeah, but my opponent does have 3 TCs down, a little bit behind me, but not too far behind. I have a lot more idle TC time. That did require a lot of mental bandwidth, we'll say. Bandwidth. That's a fun word. Catchy, right? So I do want to play the relics. So in my mind at this point, I'm trying to calm back down. I'm like, you know what? I did it. At this point, if I lose, I don't even care because I defended against that bullshit. So I want to get relics because I'm telling myself my opponent had to invest a lot of wood and gold in order to be able to make those rams and those units to pile into the rams. So I can't be that far behind. And, you know, the score kind of reflects that. So I'm like, you know what? I get the relics and we go and drop a castle and try to pressure my opponent into submission. So another monk is going to come out, and I've stopped producing a lot of units, and I'm trying to lean on, excuse me, eco upgrades and making bills. So it's time to boom and get up to Imperial Age. Opponent has a lot more on, well, food than I do right now. 28 bills. These are all coming in from these farms, I guess. And I am slowly trickling the food that I produce into farms. So a little bit slower than my opponent in terms of getting farm count up. 60 to 63. My opponent's done a lot better at keeping the town centers running than I did. I'm up to 8 minutes, and granted, you know, some of that comes from because, you know, multiple town centers maybe idled at one time. I was struggling with food a little bit. We're just now grabbing wheelbarrow. My opponent hasn't grabbed it yet, so that'll be refreshing once that comes in. So, dropping more farms. Really could grab the wood upgrade. That would allow wood to come in a lot faster to convert over to farms. And we're doing pretty good at picking up the relics here. So I feel good about that. You know what? I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stand at my opponent's gate and make them have to do something, I guess, because they harassed me. I got to harass them. So, had some vills come forward, and now he's like, you know, I'm going to drop a siege workshop. And that's fine. That's a lot of wood. I think it's like close to 300 wood for the siege workshop, maybe. I think it's pretty expensive. Grabbing some of my upgrades for military units for when I press forward here. My opponent does have a lot of gold in the bank. Could probably, yeah, they could easily buy Imperial Age at this point. It's getting to the point where I could buy it as well. I'm coming forward with vills to drop a castle. So I did a video a couple videos ago talking about not attacking from the corner. So we are on more of the flat here, but we are still close to the corner. But more surface area hitting the walls here from this castle. So not a bad spot, I guess. We've clicked up to Imperial Age. My opponent could grab Imperial Age right now. Oh, I'm sorry. They're playing as the Bulgarians. They're not Byzantines. They don't have a cheaper Imperial Age. He could grab Imperial Age now, though. And grabbing a university. Actually, he could not grab one because we're still waiting on the second building. I'm usually familiar with castles being up at this point, so forgive me. Dropping some stables. We're also grabbing iron casting. I think I've selected all military at this point and brought them over to here. Opponent definitely sees this castle at this point. And let's see how they respond to this. They're now clicked up to Imperial Age, sorry. So a little bit behind me. Don't yet have any military upgrades. I'm going to move back here to this gold. I'm trying to build some stables to make sure I can spam some cav later on. And we're targeting the house right now. Opponent's going to come forward with a ram. Also building a crep post, similar to a donjon. It will offer some protection. I think it also allows them to produce units out of. So 3 rams here for my opponent. I can see these rams in my line of sight, so I know this is coming, and I want to gather units around the castle so I can defend against this. These monks here will come into play in a little bit and harass my opponent. Also trying to get more aggressive with monks. They are a pretty powerful unit, and opponent's going to come in here just out of range of the castle. There's a mangonel, and probably should have tried to target this Vil a little bit sooner with the monks, because the mangonel's there now to protect that. Both these monks are grouped together. Terrible idea. Terrible idea. So I said I'm trying to be more aggressive with the monks. I didn't mean I was good at doing it. This guy, I guess he clicked the castle, because I do see this, and I target the mangonel with the castle, and it goes down. And this monk is now on a Vil. My opponent did get the Imperial Age. And that Vil got away. And the monk is trying to move around to getting to him. Gates down. So we can raid now. Or so we thought. Hit it with the hammer. It just went down again. And that guy got trampled. I intentionally split up my units here. And I saved some back here to deal with the rams that I saw coming in. Wow, that upgrade timing was amazing. I mean, he was countered here, but that capped ram just, boom, right there. I send these guys to the back of the base. These rams will get cleaned up. The mangonel will get a good shot in, but it won't be enough. And the pikemen show up just in time, and they're down. And there's some two-handed swordsmen in here. Running around the back here with the cataphract. Such a weird name. It sounds like a medical procedure. Treb's out on the field. And my opponent is going to drop a castle over here. Obviously thinking about doing Trebs from this side to hit my castle. But there's a lot of pressure in the base now. And there's units all over the back here raiding around. The Conic, I think, is coming out of the Krepost. Yep. Saw it pop out. Not familiar with this unit. Don't know much about it. Actually, I think, yeah, this is the unit where if it gets... When the horse dies, it runs around again. Like Second Life or whatever. Kind of a pain in the ass to deal with. Converted that guy with the monk. This monk's been pretty on point. I think those stand for 2 conversions. Yep, 2 conversions for him. And we do have Cavalier, and we upgraded to Hussar because I want to try to spam Hussar into my opponent's base here. Opponent could buy a Treb. I think they're more focused on what's going on inside the base right now. Conics also can, I guess, be produced from the castle. I'm trying to not lose these units. I think I've said in a previous video, I feel like the Byzantine's units just seem weaker sometimes, especially the camels. I feel like they should be performing a little bit better, so I don't know if their health is just lower or what that is, but I'm trying to be careful. These units are going to pop around. I do have, more cav units hanging around the back to protect the Trebs in case pressure came in. My opponent probably did not see that. So, this Treb is in trouble, but we did get the individual men down after they got knocked off the horse. And, yeah, this is about GG at this point. There is not a whole lot my opponent can do. These are great counters for what I have, but we've pressed into my opponent's base a little too far to kind of come back from here. So we'll speed this up just individually here. I am trying to prep for another much larger raid at this point. There are some more rams coming. I do not see this, by the way. I do see the this here, but I did not see all these other buildings. So my opponent was trying to gear up for a much bigger push, but these Trebs and the units I have flooding the base right now is just, it's going to be too much. A town center goes down, and the GG's called. APM 31, not bad. The previous video was like 40 something for a very long fight, which was kind of impressive. Max of 130, but I think I'm getting comfortable with some of the key bindings I have. So that's been fun to see. But this was a great match. Fabulous Crumb, hats off to you. Good match. Again, this saved my match for me, is being able to respond to this and being able to respond to it sooner here than what I did on the previous video when he was already at the gate. So yeah, that was a fun one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. That's going to do it for me, though. So for now, feel free to like, comment, consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed to the channel. And I'll catch you on the next siege. Peace.